Hey YouTube.com, this is Jason Ward from MakingStarWars.net. In his prime, I would say George Lucas was a master at taking something familiar and making it fresh. This quality is what gave us Star Wars. But what about the time the inspiration never even got to become familiar? I love George Lucas, but I always found the Dinotopia inspiration or pilfering to walk a really dangerous line in terms of creative integrity. But I'll let you make up your mind. In 1983, James Gurney took over a dozen assignments for National Geographic doing reconstructions of ancient civilizations. This led to a series of Lost World, a painting called Waterfall City and Dinosaur Parade. By 1992, Dinotopia, A Land Apart was published. By 1993, Columbia Pictures had optioned the film, and with the success of Jurassic Park, was looking at ILM and George Lucas to do the visual effects. George Lucas reportedly met with the producers, saw a lot of concept art, and agreed that ILM could in fact pull off the Dinosaur Parade in live action using CGI. This meeting took place 8 months before George Lucas sat down to write Star Wars Episode 1: The Phantom Menace on November 1st, 1994. As you can see, the domes are green in Theed City, harken exactly back to the architecture that we see in Dinotopia. James Gurney seemed to try to handle the whole situation with class and reserve. When The Phantom Menace was released, Gurney said, quote, "Many people are asking whether I had any role in designing the Naboo city of Theed in Star Wars The Phantom Menace. I didn't. I'm in the process of trying to find out how it came to be that scenes in that movie seem to resemble scenes from Dinotopia. I am communicating with people from Lucasfilm organization and have spoken with George Lucas direct," end quote. But then he doesn't really divulge what their conversation went into or how it was handled. In another interview, he said, quote, "I nearly dropped my popcorn because I thought it looked so much like Dinotopia." In another interview, Gurney said, "It is hard for an original artist to release their film after a copy is. The Phantom Menace has its life. I want Dinotopia to have its life too," end quote. But as you can see, a lot of Naboo takes heavy inspiration from Dinotopia. With Fritz Lang's Metropolis, George Lucas took the C-3PO concept from that lady cyborg. That had years to live its life, whereas Dinotopia never really got a chance until 2002 when it was released as a TV film and everyone thought it looked like The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. What's interesting is George Lucas would apparently see the 2002 television miniseries, and then he would see one of the actors he would begin eyeing for Star Wars Underworld, the unproduced live-action television series. But we'll talk about that in the next video. What do you think? Was it fair? Is it right? Was it cool? I love Naboo a lot more than I love Dinotopia, but it's hard not to feel bad for Gurney. I will say that when I lived in San Francisco, I lived near the Palace of Fine Arts, and I did assume at times that that may have been George Lucas's inspiration, and it could have been Gurney's too. So it could be a coincidence, and I'm gonna throw that out there just in case, but I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.